President's Diary is brought to you by the Media and Communications Unit of the Office of the President. Get your reviews and updates on the President's engagements, policy and priority programs. Subscribe to the State House newsletter, like and follow the State House of the Gambia on Facebook at Presidency Gambia, and follow the Twitter handle at Presidency_GMB. If you are a fan of YouTube, subscribe to the State House of the Gambia YouTube channel and get your updates at your convenience. Get more on the OP website www.op.gov.gm. Get informed, get enlightened, get factual information. The Media and Communications Unit, Office of the President, is your credible source on the presidency.
Hello viewers, it is good to be back again for another exciting episode of the President's Diary. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the MCU to wish you all a prosperous 2023. It is the President's Diary, and we are happy to bring you a highlight of President Barrow's official engagements in January. To begin, President Barrow earlier in January received over 40,000 bags of rice from the People's Republic of China through the Chinese ambassador to the Gambia, His Excellency Lin Jin, for distribution to the less privileged in society. At the moderate ceremony held at the State House in Banjul, the President thanked China for the consistent partnership with his government since 2017, highlighting the landmark infrastructure projects as a testimony of the valuable relationship.
It's an honor and a pleasure to be part of this very important ceremony. I've always been saying this, I think since I came to power in 2017, the People's Republic of China have always been very, very supportive. They have supported many projects in this country, projects that are really very visible in this country. And these are projects that are social projects, the projects that have impacted on the life of the Gambian people. The gesture in providing this rice, I think it will go a long way in helping us in our food security. But we will still appeal to the Chinese government and the ambassador. Our goal and our direction and part of our national development plan is to make sure we address the issue of food security. And in addressing food security, rice is a staple food in this country. So we will still appeal to the Chinese government to give us technical support. This technical support that was given to Gambia in the 70s, that makes a big impact in our life and is part of our history and is part of our legacy. So I think they can still continue to support us to produce rice for our people. And this support is also, we are targeting the vulnerable people, and we assure them that it will reach the people it is targeted for. So we cannot thank them enough for the support. They have really proven that they are a true friend, they are a good friend of the Gambia. And we assure them that Gambia will work with them at the international level, and we will continue to work with them in the interest of these two countries. I think it will be a win-win situation for these two countries. So on that note, on behalf of the government and on behalf of the Gambian people, I thank you and thank the head of state, Xi Jinping, for all the support they have been doing for this country.
The Chinese ambassador to the Gambia, Lin Jin, said China values its relationship with the Gambia and is ready and willing to strengthen it to higher heights.
It's my pleasure to attend this handing over ceremony, especially in the first week of the new year. First of all, I'd like to say that under the guiding of Your Excellency and our President Xi, our bilateral relations have witnessed rapid and comprehensive development in the past 6 years of the resumption of diplomatic relations. We are sincere friends and a reliable partner. This rice assistance is a gesture is a good feeling from the Chinese people to our Gambia friends. And the food assistance is important and necessary, but I don't think it's enough. Why I think this way? Because just 2 months ago, I had the honor to accompany His Excellency to visit a Chinese aid agriculture projects during His Excellency's Meet the People tour. I found that food self-sufficiency is really the challenge to be addressed in the Gambia. So I think that the agricultural cooperation is the priority of our bilateral relation. The Chinese side is ready to work with you to promote the agricultural exchange and cooperation. Thank you very much.
President Adama Barrow extolled Gambia-Senegal relations when he received the Senegalese Minister of Culture at the State House in Banjul on January 6th. The president expressed commitment to the brotherly relations with the Senegalese president, saying your immediate neighbor is your strongest partner. The Senegalese minister, Professor Aline Sow, expressed delight at the reception he received while extending felicitation from the Senegalese leader to his Gambian counterpart.
We have the honor and the privilege this morning to be received by His Excellency President Adama Barrow, to whom we have expressed the friendly message of his brother, His Excellency President Macky Sall. Senegal and Gambia's cooperation and partnership are celebrated as models, and our two great leaders are designated as role models in terms of promotion of democracy, socio-economic development, but also close relations favoring peaceful neighboring cooperation. My colleague and my counterpart and I, my elder brother, we have revisited, and before even my visit here, my official visit, the level of our cultural cooperation from the framework agreement to the ongoing cultural cooperation, and then we are willing, as recommended or directed by our two presidents, to reinforce, develop, and take initiatives to promote many cultural actions between the two countries. We are thinking about, the institutionalization of one annual great cultural event, promoting direct interactions and exchanges between our creators, our artists, and our men and women of cultures and arts, and then developing experience sharing, and as you know, we are one people.
The Minister of Tourism and Culture, Honorable Ahmad Ba, and the Senegalese ambassador to the Gambia, Bashiru Sen, accompanied the ministerial delegation to the State House. Welcome back, viewers. In January, President Adama Barrow received the steering committee of the African Women Leaders Network at the State House in Banjul, who came to seek his support for advancing its agenda. During the audience, President Barrow urged them to have courage to join politics while describing them as a diverse group. At the policy level, President Barrow told the Aulin members that his government is considering fulfilling a quota system in promoting gender representation. He assured the team of his support and that of his government through the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare. The Aulin Gambia National Coordinator and Chairperson, Muna Jallo, said they had a fruitful discussion with the President regarding the network launch slated for 7th February 2023.
We're very pleased to be here today, and we had a very fruitful meeting with His Excellency, President Barrow. And we're very happy regarding the launch of the African Women Leaders Network, the Gambia National Chapter, which is scheduled next month on the 7th of February. We're looking forward to it. It's a continental movement of women constituted by the African Union in collaboration with the United Nations, and as well as supported by the Federal Republic of Germany and South Africa for the transformation and development of the continent's 2063 agenda and global agenda 2030. We've been working for the past 9 months towards the launch of the Gambia chapter, because 34 countries have already launched on the continent, and the Gambia is going to be the 35th country to launch. We didn't work together. We were working with our stakeholders, the UN system on the ground, with the AU, and so far it has been really, really good. We've been working tirelessly, and very soon, inshallah, in the next 3 weeks, we'll be launching the Gambia National Chapter, which is the African Women Leaders Network.
The team to the presidency comprised of prominent Gambian women, including former Vice Presidents Her Excellency Fatoumata Tambajang and Dr. Aissatou Touré, Minister of Women, Gender and Social Welfare Honorable Fatou Kinte, mayors of Banjul Rohey Malick Lowe, and women in the private sector. The UN and ECOWAS representatives in the Gambia accompanied the steering committee to the State House. The death of the late Vice President of the Gambia, His Excellency Badara Alieu Diouf, on January 18, 2023, sent shock waves across the country. Tributes started pouring in on social media following the announcement by the President on his official accounts. Hundreds of people signed the condolence book at the State House after President Barrow declared 7 days of mourning in his honor. The President was the first to sign, followed by the Speaker of the National Assembly, cabinet ministers, high-profile politicians, diplomats, dignitaries, and a cross-section of the Gambian society. Many people remembered VP Diouf as a patriotic, committed, honest, and hard-working Gambian. But here is what VP Diouf meant for the President.
It's a real shock, and I still cannot come to terms with the passing of my Vice President, Badara Alieu Diouf. Badara Alieu Diouf was my Vice President, and he was my friend. He was a very committed gentleman to the country we call the Gambia. He left a big vacuum for his passing. I will seize this opportunity to extend my condolences to the cabinet, to the Gambian people, and to the entire world. We will miss Badara. He was somebody who was really committed to his work, and a very intelligent man for that matter. And he delegated all his life to the service of this nation. And I think he has touched many lives in this country. Some of the people who have passed through Badara, some of them are in cabinet now. Some of them are in high authority in this country. So Badara will be remembered as a very good man, as somebody who have contributed to the development of this country. We are together during the transition, that is 5 years, because of his competence and his contribution and his commitment and his loyalty. That's why I appointed him as my Vice President. Not Vice President alone, but my able Vice President, who was really supporting me, and the journey was for us to work together and develop this country, because it was a promise that we will serve this country and we will impact the life of the people of this country for another 5 years. And that journey was started in 2022 to 2026. But unfortunately, he was not able to make it. But I will encourage my colleagues, cabinet members, for us to continue working together and make sure we will fulfill the ambition that Badara had for this country. It is very, very sad, very difficult to come to terms. It's very untimely. But we have faith, we have to accept it, and move on. It's a mourning period. We want all the Gambian people to mourn Badra. And this is the first time a sitting vice president passed during active service. But it is destined that way. You cannot change destiny. On that note, I thank everybody for the support during these trying moments. Thank you.
The late VP was honored with a state funeral during which the president posthumously awarded him the Grand Commander of the Order of the Republic of the Gambia, GCRG, in appreciation of his patriotic service to the country.
I, Adam Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia and Grand Master of the National Order, here confer on His Excellency, Mr. Badra Alif Diouf, the signature of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Republic of the Gambia, GCRG posthumous.
The late VP Diouf was laid to rest at the Banjul Cemetery, following which President Barrow met his family at his family home. Still on the activities of the President in January, he led the reintroduction of the National Cleansing Exercise set out on Saturday, 28 January, in what many described as symbolic leadership, calling on the relevant authorities to implement the anti-littering law. Scores of people joined the President in the cleansing exercise, including cabinet members, the Mayor of Kanifing, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, senior government officials, well-wishers, and the security agencies. This is what the President said at the end of the exercise.
People came out in their numbers and voluntarily. I think that's the most important thing about it. Cleanliness is health, and health is wealth. I think that is very important. Definitely, the littering is too much in our cities, in our environment. I think if we are able to implement the anti-littering, it will take care of the problem halfway, at least 50%. Leadership is a big responsibility. And to be president is a privileged position. And it's a position of trust. People have confidence in you. You have to lead. And that leadership, you have to come out and make sure people see the leadership in you. That's why I came out to come and join the population to clean the nation. You know, and I will thank the mayor also. The mayor is with us since in the morning, and cabinet ministers, security forces, and you, the journalists. I think also you can do advocacy for us. The media is very important in this, to sensitize the people, you know, to make sure that people believe in their country. Nationalism, that is something very, very important. In the days of independence, nationalism was big. If you remember, during around the 60s, 65, 68, 70s, even a national day, people come out 6 o'clock. But now, even if you're going to be independent, nobody comes. That nationalism now is not there. I think we have to restore that. That is very important, and it is key. Let us be united. If you are united, we are a force. And it will be a force to be reckoned with. A force that will make sure that we succeed as a country. But we have the laws in place. Now it's time for us to use the laws. Democracy is all about laws, it's all about processes. And those processes are in place. I think it's better we implement them.
Viewers, before we wrap up this episode of the President's Diary, here's a look at his meeting with the President of the Islamic Development Bank at the State House in Banjul. During discussions with the delegation, President Barrow highlighted key projects supported by the bank, including the Laminkoto-Pasamas Road, the agriculture and the electricity sector, noting they significantly impact people's lives. He added that the country largely depends on agriculture and that it ensures food security, which enhances national security. The President also said roads have made traveling easy and connecting businesses and services, positively impacting the economy. He assured the bank of his government's partnership for the mutual benefit of the country and the institution. Following his meeting with the President of the Islamic Development Bank, Dr. Jasser, had this to say.
I was honored to have had the chance to meet with His Excellency the President. The Islamic Development Bank looks at the Gambia as an important member, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with the government and the people of the Gambia in their journey of development. We have financed up to $1 billion of projects over the years in the Gambia, and we discussed with His Excellency the President the ambitions that he has for this country, and I assured him that the Islamic Development Bank will always be there to help. I was very happy to hear his passionate expression of development outlook for his country, and we look forward to, inshallah, be a witness and partner in those developments. Well, yesterday we visited some of the projects that we are financing. Some of them have been completed, like the electricity project. The road project, the highway, is going very well. So there are clear achievements. Development is not an easy process. There are pains of development and agonies of development. So we stand shoulder to shoulder to facilitate, to help remove any obstacles or difficulties. But execution of projects is the main challenge for everyone. The people are waiting for the fruits of these development projects, and we stand ready to help in every which way possible. You know, agriculture is a pivotal sector in any economy, especially in developing countries. And to have such mapping of the land of any country will be very important to choose the right crops for the right places and what quantities. So this is really what we have signed a grant to provide that service, and we hope that that will enhance the productivity, inshallah, of agriculture in the Gambia.
Viewers, that is all we have for you in this episode of the President's Diary. Thank you for the pleasure of your company, and do join us in our next edition. I have been your presenter, Zainab Fall, and see you again for another episode.
The President's Diary is brought to you by the Media and Communications Unit of the Office of the President. Get your reviews and updates on the President's engagements, policy and priority programs. Subscribe to the State House newsletter, like and follow the State House of the Gambia on Facebook at Presidency Gambia, and follow the Twitter handle at Presidency_GMB. If you are a fan of YouTube, subscribe to the State House of the Gambia YouTube channel and get your updates at your convenience. Get more on the OP website www.op.gov.gm. Get informed, get enlightened, get factual information. The Media and Communications Unit, Office of the President, is your credible source on the Presidency.